Shalom, shalom. Call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. And Shani Kabad, I got the Walla Rakwab, the Kwangim Nawa, Washalayakim Nawa. And that's double honors to our elders and our apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom, Wa Barakim, La Bakayim, Shiasharala. And that is peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. And as always, to the confusion of faces, meaning those who look like the other nations, but whose spirits resonate with the truth and that believe and have faith in Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son. So to all of you brothers out there, no matter how you look, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. So this video, it was inspired by a video that was made by Elder Apostle Rumlab Friday night. And I was watching that video right before I went to bed, and the Spirit hopped on me to write down something that he mentioned in that video, in which he said that we are going through a spiritual boot camp. So all I wanted to do is just expound more upon that phrase that he said, and I pray that this video is edifying to the elect. Because before you were in this ministry, then you received chastisements, right? So your car may have broken down. You may have received hell at work. And you may even have received, hell from your wife, kids, so on and so forth. No matter what was happening, you were receiving that chastisement and that judgment because of your wickedness in the world. And that's exactly what's happening with the people of this world. But as soon as you step foot into this ministry, because of course the scriptures say many are called, but few are chosen. So as soon as you step foot in this ministry, all the chastisements that you receive now are really just trials and tribulations in order to build up your spirit. And the point in building up your spirit is because the Bible prophesies of a time called Jacob's trouble. That Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to come down like a roaring lion because he sees that he have but a short time. Meaning he's going to come down with wrath, killing, and destroying when America starts to fall, because he sees that his economy is falling, and he's going to come down hard on you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are the true biblical Israelites. So the whole point is the fact that we're going through this spiritual boot camp right now in order to build up our spirit, that we may have faith in those times of trouble, in which the scriptures call Jacob's trouble, in that day of adversity. Right? And with that being said, demons and everything are going to plague your mind, because remember, there's an order even in the spiritual world, and these demons get their orders from Satan, and ultimately Satan, yes, gets his orders from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, who is the Father of spirits, the everlasting, the eternal, right? The everlasting, I should say. So once again, that's the order. The Heavenly Father sends orders to Satan, and Satan gives orders to his demons. And these demons are messing with you in this ministry, because once they see that you're trying to pull down these strongholds, meaning these other doctrines and these other philosophies, such as the biggest one being Christianity, then they come after you and they stop you, or they're striving to stop you. And your job as a man of the Lord is to continue to pray and to fast these demons off you, so that you may continue to do the work that you have been commanded to do. So this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 3. It says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds." And these strongholds that we're pulling down, once again, represent doctrines and philosophies such as Christianity. Now, how do you pull down a doctrine? What does that mean? When you're pulling down a doctrine, that means you're literally making it null and void. What we're doing out in the highways and byways is we're speaking through the Spirit, or by the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and we're bringing out His words. And by doing that, we're letting you know that all these other religions and all these other doctrines and philosophies are crap, basically. That's exactly what we're saying. All of them are crap. They're nothing. They have no kind of value. They don't make sense. And they're not real. They hold no weight. They hold no life. That's what it means by pulling down strongholds. And we do that by the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But when you're doing these things, understand that you have other spirits, demonic spirits, evil spirits that are going to come up against you, that are striving to hinder your growth in this ministry. And your job, once again, is to pray and to fast in order to get these demons off of you and to keep going harder in this truth, because we can't remain stagnant. We have to keep elevating to different levels and growing in this ministry. Growing in our spirit, meaning more faith, more wisdom, more knowledge of the scriptures, better clarity in terms of breakdowns, being better teachers, knowing how to answer questions better, knowing when to pick and choose our battles. So discernment, judgment, right? All these things are gifts that we've been given, I'm going to say. And through these trials and tribulations, these gifts get stronger and stronger, right? And that's why we have to continue to, once again, I'm going to keep saying it for repetition purposes, pray and fast, right? That's how you get these demons away from you. And that's why we're going through this spiritual boot camp, to get stronger, to elevate. So this is the book now of Hebrews. Let me get it first. Hebrews, the 4th chapter is what I want. Verses 14 through 16. It says, seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Most High Yahweh, let us hold fast our profession. And our profession is being called into this ministry and doing the work of the Lord. Verse 15 says, for we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. So Yahweh Shai understands and he knows everything that we're going through. Let's look up that word infirmities in the Greek. And I would play it, but whenever I record and then try to hit play, then the sound doesn't go. I looked it up already, and the word is asthenia. So asthenia, and it means want of strength, weakness, infirmity of the body. It says its native weakness and frailty, feebleness of health or sickness. Because that's another part of our trials and tribulations in this spiritual boot camp that we're going through. You may be super tired one day. You may be super tired and Saturday comes or Friday, whatever day that brothers go out to camp, and you may just want to rest and chill. But you know in your spirit that you got to get it in. You got to go out there and offer your body as a living sacrifice. Why? Because your brothers are out there and you can't let them down. Why? Because you've been commanded to go out there. You understand why? That this is about life or death. And Yahweh Shai understands that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that he was going through some kind of a spiritual boot camp as well. But at the end of the day, remember, when he got down on his knees and he prayed that the Heavenly Father let that cup pass from him, meaning he was praying to the Lord that he didn't have to die on that cross. He was sweating drops of blood. That's how much mental anguish that he was going through. That's how much mental anguish and mental pressure and torment that he was going through. So much that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, sent down an angel to comfort him. So in a way, Yahweh Shai also went through a spiritual boot camp in that moment. I know I can say, right? His spirit was comforted by that angel. And now Yahweh Shai is that intercessor that we're going to get into as well, that comforts us, that builds us up, right? That prays for us. Why? Because he understands everything that we're going through. And you have to believe that and know it and have faith in that as a man of the Lord, right? That Yahweh Shai, your big brother, is going to look out for you. So it says of the body, and then it also says of the soul. Want of strength, it goes down to say, look at D. It says to bear trials and troubles. I don't even have to break that down. Now, verse 16 says, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. Now we're going to get into it, because what? It says in time of need. And remember, Yahweh Shai understands our infirmities, and he's there in time of need. So watch this. We're going to get Romans the 8th chapter, and then Lord's will, we're going to close out on this. Where is it? Acts Romans chapter 8, verses 26 and 27. It says, likewise the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. Because sometimes you don't understand why your boss is coming down on you, even though you're doing all your work. You don't understand why you're catching hell at your job, why people are talking about you, even though you're not saying nothing to these people. You don't understand why your car every single other week is messing up. It's your tire one day, then it's your battery the next day, and then it's your daggone alternator. I mean, I'm just saying things, but who knows, right? But at the end of the day, all it is these spirits that we're battling in this truth, that are coming up against us, that are doing their best to try to make us go off, just like Satan did his best to try to make Job go off. But he didn't, because Job is an Israelite and he was a righteous man, and he is a righteous man. And that story is there so that we can look at our forefather and we can say, okay, that's how I want to be as well. That's how I need to act. I have to remain or keep my integrity as a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And you have to believe that you are a man of the Lord. You have to pray that the Lord molds you and shapes you into the man that he wants you to be. So he's going to pray for you, during these times of troubles, because sometimes we don't know what to pray for. We just sit there and the scriptures say it, but we just groan and we just utter and we just, like, oh man, like, why is this happening? Well, remember, in those times when you're feeling that grief, when you're going through that grief moment, Yahweh Shai is an intercessor and he's praying for you. But your job is to also pray and fast those demons off of you and to keep fighting. So once again, and I'm going to finish it out, Romans chapter 8, verse 26 says, likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. And he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of the Most High. And that's Yahweh Shai, who is our intercessor. He makes intercession for us, and he actually prays for us according to the will of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. And he takes all of our griefs and our infirmities that we're going through, and he tells the Heavenly Father exactly what we're going through. You got to believe that and know it and have faith. But once again, for repetition purposes, pray and fast these demons off of you, and understand and know that everything that you're going through, all of these troublesome times, these trials and tribulations, the chastisement that you're going through, no matter how small it may seem, is all to build up your faith and build up your spirit for the times of trouble. So in this ministry, you are going through a spiritual boot camp, and it's all for your benefit. So with that being said, I pray that this video was edifying and comforting, and I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash, and double honors to our elders and our apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.